to TMOTTGoGo.com, DC's interactive online radio website featuring the hottest go-go music, entertainment, and culture. Carrying on a mission of continued growth within the talents of our entertainment community on both a national and global platform, TMOTTGoGo.com is your number one source for news coverage, videos, the latest music releases, and upcoming events that's going down in the DC metropolitan area. Want to promote and advertise with us? We have packages tailored to all of your business needs. Can't get to a computer? Download our free mobile app to your phone and crank with us. Now available for all Androids, iPhones, and iPads. Check out our radio shows and on-air talents with DC's own
Masters of the Mixes, baby.
For more info, business, or other corporate opportunities, send an email to Kato@TMOTTGoGo.com. TMOTT Radio. We are the trusted voice in the go-go community.
Take Me Out to the Go-Go Show special edition brought to you by TMOTTRadio.com. I'm Preston Blue.
Mark.
And today's guest is 32, a.k.a. David Ellis Sr., a.k.a.
And I'm 32.
All right, thank you for coming on this special edition of Take Me Out to the Go-Go Show, where we address certain issues and certain things that's going on in the go-go community. That's TMOTT Radio. We are the trusted voice of the go-go community. So let's get things started. With all this talk, I think a lot of the news and publicity going on is everybody's inquiring about where Killer Cal is going. But while all that was going on, what possibly is probably the biggest move in go-go in a minute was your signing of extension with the DaMixxx Band.
Yes.
Expand on that, on how you came to the DaMixxx Band and how's everything going with that?
Well, first of all, shout out to T-Mott. Shout out to my man Kato. Thank y'all for having me. I think it came from me wanting to expand my career, but I wanted to tap into a different market. In the last, maybe 7 to 10 years, they've developed a grown and sexy market that was an upper class than the crank bracket. Go-go has never been categorized before. So now you got all the bands that's broke down into different categories. You got the bounce beat circuit, you got the crank bracket, and now you have this grown and sexy market. So I thought me going to DaMixxx would enhance my career. And me, I'm always trying to shut the haters up. I'm always trying to do that. They keep me motivated. Thank y'all. I need y'all. It was people saying that, I was too wild for a horn section, So this is just another goal for me. And I thought DaMixxx was a great fix for me, a great fix for me because they had nobody in my lane. And I just thought it was a good fit for me, and it comes out I was correct.
Yeah, is it true like that circuit doesn't have anybody that's in his lane, in 32's lane? Basically, what are you bringing to that grown and sexy circuit?
Energy, a fifth gear. I think that we need more of people in my talent level at what I do, whether you want to call me a rapper, hype man, whatever you want to call me, in that bracket. People want to dance at the end of the night. You listen to your getting your two-step on. I'm speaking in terms of if the show was from, let's say, 8 to 12, or a day party from 2 to 6. From 2 to maybe 4, you can get your two-step on, get your grown and sexy on, whatever. But at the end of the night, it's time to, people want to party at the end of the night. You're nice and juiced up. You shouldn't be singing at 5:30 and the party is over at 6. You shouldn't be singing. So I think that's what I bring. That's what I bring.
No shooby-doo.
Yeah, all of shooby-doo. Should have been finished with that already. But I've monitored it because it's controlled crank. What I bring, it's not what I used to do then because that stuff was in then with the woo, 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 woo. That's the sound of the police, and stuff like that. That stuff was in then for the 20-year-old. So now I'm bringing a 40-year-old image and maturity to that side, and it's working.
Bet. So, was the negotiation process hard, or was it amicable? Was it? I mean, or did anything with Cal being a free agent, like like in sports, when free agents are available,
right?
It can change the terrain of
Yeah, well, with man, I really got to shout out Dwayne Nutt and Muhammad for absolutely treating me like, well, I had this conversation with Billy the Kid, which is my best friend for 27 years, right? And I called Bill maybe a month and a half ago, and I said, this feeling that I have over here is kind of crazy. And I said, Bill, man, Dwayne and Muhammad, man, they treat me like Hove. You know what I'm saying? They treat me like a real king, a real star. So Bill was like, nah, let me stop you right there. And I said, what's wrong? He said, no disrespect to Muhammad and Dwayne for the way they treating you. He said, they not treating you like a king or star. He said, man, they treat you like you deserve to be treated. You've been in this game, and you brought a lot to this game, June 20th, 1985. So maybe they stand out because of my other bosses treating me like shit. So it turns them to ashy gray, and it turns Muhammad and Dwayne lime green. They stand out. But in the same vein, I told him, Dwayne and Muhammad, they don't have any control of how I got treated in the past by my other managers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They only worrying about what they got right now, and they call me Kobe. You know what I'm saying? I show no signs of slowing down. You know what I'm saying? I work on my craft every day. I go to the gym to try to stay in shape, and that's what it's about, man. You have to, maintain some type of respect for yourself first as an artist. And then when people see that you respect your craft as much as you do, they'll respect it. That's what I think.
Got it. Now, I think you was leading, or you spoke about the whole, or maybe you didn't speak about this, but a thought came to my mind. Did you see, or did you run into any kind of obstacle on the perception of what 32 was, as far as a hype man coming to the Grown and Sexy?
Where bringing to the table
was other Grown and Sexy bands looking at okay, can he do it on a Grown and Sexy level, or does he need to stay in that whole crank lane?
Well, you're gonna have people that's gonna say, you're gonna have people that want you to be successful, and you're gonna have people that want you to be successful indirectly, but they really want you to fail.
Shout out to the haters again.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this, and if you feel like this, I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? I kind of monitor it because me leaving Red Essence and the way I was treated in my release, it kind of drained me because I'm like, okay, it's like I gave them my all. You know what I'm saying? I missed 10 years. I wound up doing 10 years with RE. You see what I'm saying? And the first 2 years I did for free. They didn't give me a dime. Back in the Rick's days, it took them 2 years to even put me on payroll. You see what I'm saying? But those are what you got to do to, and I'm like, okay, this is the thanks I get, But I was thinking about retiring then. But then they opened up Upscale Ballroom, Irving. They had DaMixxx and Settle over there every Monday. Real nice party. And I bowled on Mondays at St. Barnabas Road, the bowling alley over there, right? So me and my crew would lead a bowling alley, and we would go to Upscale on Mondays. So I wound up going there every Monday. That was the thing. After we bowl, we going to Upscale.
Right.
Have a couple drinks, go kick it with the, And at that time, I wasn't playing for nobody. I told myself, I had about 6 offers on the table at that time. But I told myself I didn't want to do anything until after my birthday. So I just wanted to just air out
take a break,
everything, take a break, and weigh my next option. And I got to watching the mix, and I was like, you know what? They sound good, but it's I'm missing something. It was almost like you had your steak, you had your potatoes, you had you had just a rock on the table, but it was missing something. And I think that what was missing was the A1. And that's what I am. I'm not the steak. I'm the A1. I'm the seasoning. I'm the sauce that gets you by all the, all of that.
Right.
And when I saw that when Settle got Love, they went to another gear. When they got Lil Love.
Gotcha.
Love took them to another gear.
Crank in the bag.
Right. You see what I'm saying? And I felt like, damn, I can do the same thing to the mix that Love did to Settle.
Right.
And believe it or not, one of the 6 offers that I had on the table was not the mix. There was 6 other situations.
So how did the mix come into play? If they was never really even, did you approach them? They approached you?
Well, it was a Monday, and usually what I'll do is I'll get into the lead talker's ear or whatever, and I'll let them know, hey, I don't want to perform tonight, because I entertain so much that when I come out, I want to be entertained.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it was more or less like, man, if he called me up there, I gotta go.
Right.
So I usually catch him on the break. So that particular night, Showtime said, hey man, you ain't say nothing to me tonight. You must want to get down.
Right.
But I didn't look at it like that. But I thought that was kind of crazy that he caught on to that. And I was like, I thought about it. I said, shit, damn, I didn't say nothing to him tonight. So I told him, I said, man, whatever you feel like doing, let's go. I'm down. He called me up there, man. I mean, man, that upscale ballroom went crazy. Love called Bill and said, Bill was at the trade winds with Backyard. Love called Bill and said, man, your man just destroyed this joint. Bill texted me, said, you at upscale? I said, yeah. Said, Love just called me and said, your man destroyed the joint. Ever since then, I was like, well, damn, the mix might be a good look. So it just happened like that, but it didn't happen just like that. I didn't wind up going to them to maybe like another 2-3 months after that without even talking to management.
Okay.
Tomorrow, take me out to the Go-Go Radio.
This is Big Press.
Yeah,
and we're with the world famous, world renowned Go-Go pioneer icon 32.
Burr. Where little cousin is going to be forgiven today.
Today. Okay.
So straight up, how do you deal with the perception up there? Like you said, there's haters out there, so it may be a little perception that you maybe have an ego or arrogance, any arrogance out there. What's your perception on that and people thinking of Go-Go stars or yourself in general, like that, in that way?
I look at it like I think everyone, not necessarily me, everyone has an arrogance about them when they're doing what they do. Like I watched, like for instance, DaMixxx Band, we did Club Elite last night, right? And it's a dude named Manute that came in there last night, right? He wasn't arrogant in the club, but when he hoops down the farms, he's arrogant because it's now he's putting his cape on, and now this is what I do. So when he came in the club last night, I told him, now you in my world, this is what I do. You see what I'm saying? Everyone has an arrogance to what they do in life. You see what I'm saying? But I think I have to maintain my arrogance, but it's controllable. I think it's controllable because people are always trying to come for you. You know what I'm saying? And if you let people run over you, then if you let 10 people run over you, here comes the 11th. And then here comes the 12th. You have, at some point, you have to let people know that, this ain't what you want. I mean, I got a motto that I live by. I'm not bothering nobody, and I don't want to be bothered. You got, unknown DJs putting records out about you, and then you got dudes that's in the industry, that's been in the industry just as long as you have, that's pushing it. That's pushing this negativity. You see what I'm saying? Right. I believe that it's enough money. When I see a holiday, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever holiday it is, when I see that you might got Backyard over there, you might got DaMixxx over there, you got Settle over there, you got DJ Frisco and Easy over there, and when I say over there, I mean different venues. Right. And everything is packed. You understand what I'm saying? That lets me know mentally that it's enough money out here for everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody can eat. And that's the way it should be. I think that it's a lot of people that envy when you're eating steaks instead of steak-ums. That's what I think.
It's like they all have their own jobs that's different from yours. So it's like, how are they benefiting from putting out hate like that? Like trying to keep you from eating where y'all don't even do the same thing. They want to see you, they want to see you, they indirectly want to see you fail. Like I get a lot of indirect little comments, like, oh damn, he clean again tonight. Mm-hmm. Or damn, you band hopping. Excuse me, how the hell am I listed as a band hopper when everywhere I've been there for a minute? I did 5 years with Junkyard, 13 years with Northeast Groovers, 10 years with Rare Essence, and if they wouldn't have fired me, I'd have been still there. Mm-hmm. That don't sound like a band hopper to me. But if you pull out anybody's resume, not relevant to music, like your history, right, and your work history, and pull up the average 40-year-old, I know they got more than 4 jobs on there.
That's a good point.
Job hoppers.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yes. So what's wrong with me having 4 different jobs in 27 years, but in your daytime job, you had 17 jobs in the last 27 years. So does that make you a job hopper?
That makes them not understanding what you do.
That makes them want to see you fail because they can't say anything. I try to make myself, man, I try to make myself always accessible. Like I talked to Cal. Cal texted me. He was like, man, bruh, please don't retire. Man, I need you. You keep me motivated. You know. And I called him back. I said, matter of fact, my man, let me get myself together. Call me in 10 minutes. So we wound up rapping, and I was telling him, man, you keep me motivated. You see what I'm saying? I know that it's people that's always, every day, somebody is getting their shit together to come try to snatch this title. Not to say that this title can't be taken, but you're going to work your ass off trying to get it. It wasn't easy for Kyle to get Rapper of the Year. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm happy for him. I've been nominated every year, and I haven't gotten it, but I haven't slowed down. I think the year that I was supposed to have gotten it was 2008, when I had the #1 album in Kent Mill. I ruled the radio, PGC Artist of the Month. You know what I'm saying? I opened up for Nas at Syracuse University. Preston got me down, North Carolina A&T. I did Howard. You know, and that year, they didn't have the Go-Go Awards. That was the year where I had my clean slate. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not mad. None of my interviews, you never heard me complain and never bitching about nothing. It is what it is. Keep it moving. Because what I want to do is, every day, I ask myself 2 things. I ask myself, did I leave that place and my fans were happy? And I want to be a better man tomorrow than I was yesterday. Period. At the end of the day. That's how you stay relevant for 27 years and never fall off.
Let me ask you a question. Being that you've been in the game for so long, so you've seen, a lot of the transitions in go-go and how in the early years go-go was built on battling, bands battling each other, and they left it on the stage. Mm-hmm. What is your feeling on now? It seems like the minute it's worded as a battle or it's called a battle, a lot of bands get the cop and please and don't want to battle. Like, I ain't in this to battle. Or when actually when multiple bands are on a show, it's a battle. It's a battle, whether you call it a battle or not.
Unspoken.
Yeah, it's unspoken.
I think with the battling, I think it just needs to be, like you said, the battling is fine, you know, as long as it doesn't leak out into the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because people fail to realize that it can get ugly. A lot of us band members got street niggas on our team that's gonna make sure we fine. You know what I'm saying? So as long as the battling is cool, like the battle that Northeast and Junkyard had, we had a hell of a battle, and I went to battle without rapper, and I lost 60-40. You know what I'm saying? Junkyard had 300 people, we had 200 people. They had their side, we had their side. And I don't, and that's not to toot my horn, but I went to battle without rapper. You know what I'm saying? Where I don't like being in that the one position, I apologize, because that takes me out of my element of the two. But the battling, it just needs to be more of it. I think it needs to be more of it. And I think before you get into the battling, I think people need to know actually the history of it so you can duplicate it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that battle that's going on between What Band and Backyard, that's not no band. That's some street. That's some wire shit. That's on the wire. You know what I mean? That's not no mute. Fuck them Congos drum and shit. You know, that's on some. Yeah. So, but as long as people just need to just know their history of what they're getting into. Like I hear a lot of the bounce beat bands, they don't really know their history. But I respect them because that market is the new rec centers. If you think about it, when we grew up, we had rec centers, we had boys clubs playing football, this, that, and the other. Right. We don't have that anymore. So the bands, I call it the bounce beat circuit, they making money off of, but that's the new rec centers. And I hear them say, oh, that's 32 right there. What's up, homie? You know? Oh, that's the one that used to play for Red Essence. Red Essence. They don't know.
Do you think that the older school needs to go visit the bounce beat and vice versa. Yeah. Because they know you because you came into their environment and that's how they like. Okay, exactly. That's 32.
And it broadens your fan base because I went on a TCB run. You know. I went there for I went to see TCB. I still do, but I went on a run where I was getting on the stage with them maybe about 2-3 months straight. You know what I'm saying? And that was another thing that was a challenge to me because rapping over top of that bounce beat is not easy. Right. Jim Jones quit. Jules Santana quit. Hove asked Wale, how do you rap over top of that shit? It's not easy. I watched Dipset quit at the tunnel. They quit. Put the mic down. They quit. It's not easy. So it just got to the point where when I came through, I used to rap on the oh shit. Oh shit. You know, 32, you know, TCB, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So the youngest they learn and we just adapted to each other's world. You know? So
really, I think for the youngest, all it takes is for them to see you. Like when we were like dipping into the management of younger bands, we used to take them to see a Junkyard, see how they perform, and each time they was standing there, eyes wide open, and then they'll incorporate some of that into what they do. You know, boom, they got steps and shit, man. You know,
and it's a couple of, but I mean, to be honest, and that's one thing I'm always gonna be. I'm gonna be true with myself. I'm gonna be authentic and fuck anybody that don't like it.
Right.
You know, but some of these I can name about 2 or 3, but I'm not gonna do it. It's about 2 or 3 guys in that bounce beat industry that make that they band is working, and they so disrespectful. They rude.
Oh wow.
They rude. Wow. They rude. You know, that's like me not speaking to Bear when I see him. Or me walking up to Chuck and everybody calling him Pops and I say, hey Chuck. That's rude, man. That's disrespectful. You have to paved the way for people who opened up the doors for you, whether you're in the same lane or not. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like knowing your history.
Exactly.
They're going to learn today.
It's just knowing your history.
Knowing your history, man.
Speaking of rec center, y'all used to ball up Sea Pleasant Rec.
Yes, we did.
Early 90s. I remember being up there, me and my man Joe. And at the time, I was about 22 years old. It had between 90 and 92. And I was on my black hole trip, going to see Red Essence every weekend. Right. And I never...
Was you going to see Rare Essence or was you going to see Red Essence?
Red Essence.
Rare Essence.
Ciroc. But we was playing basketball, and I remember seeing you there. Like it was yesterday, because I think this was before Mo was messing with my main little sister, but you bounced the ball hard. And my man got mad. He said, don't bounce the ball like that. He was like, you mean like this? Boom. So he about to get the rumbling in there, and then one of the guys we was with said, that's Dave. Because they called you Dave back then. They said, that's Dave in Northeast. Man, y'all gotta chill. So we got mad at him. That made nothing happen because Rob got him and said, hey man, look, man, we ain't gonna all that beefing and stuff. And my man Joe said, you ain't got nothing to do with it, nigga. And he continued to bounce the ball. Boom, boom.
I could be a jerk sometimes.
Nah, that was back in the day. He was all knuckling. That shit was funny though.
I could be a jerk sometimes.
Because I saw Mo a couple of years later over my man's house, and he was like, yeah, y'all know we was about to jump y'all that day. But anyway, how are your relationships with some of your former band members? Like you said, you was with 3 others. So.
It's about 90%. It's about 90% with my Junkyard. Junkyard, I love them niggas. Just like, besides Junkyard just being authentic niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I understand where I got my push from. So I can never let myself get mad at these niggas. You know, I because that's just who I am. Like, Preston helped me with my solo career. I answer his call on the first ring. I don't give a fuck if I'm asleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just certain relationships that I think you have with certain people, and you have to honor and cherish that. I would never let myself get mad at Preston. Never. I would call him and cuss him out first, and then get mad. Whereas the average nigga that I probably don't care if I speak to today or tomorrow, I just keep it moving. Right. That's just how it is. But you know, with me and Mickey, we bowl every Monday together. Me, Mickey, and Benny, which is R.E. Sound Man, we bowl every Monday. We kick it every Monday. Man Rapper, we still talk. His mother's my godmother. I still go down there. Shout out to Miss Black. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that's put it this way. Anybody that hasn't crossed me, because I'm gonna look. That's how I don't know. If I don't do well with zodiacs, but Cancers, the way that we are, we love you till you cross us. So if ain't nobody ain't never crossed me, flat my tire or keyed my truck or nothing, we good. Love you long time. You know what I'm saying?
All right. We'll be right back. Gonna play some more music. You're tuned in to Take Me Out to the Go-Go Show on TMOTTGoGo.com with Big Press and
Ciroc
and 32 aka
Welcome back. This is Sir Mark. I'm Sir Mark today. Take Me Out to the Go-Go Radio with my main man, what is it?
Preston.
Ciroc. And my man 32, he treats nice over here, you know
Yes. He's definitely a good host.
Right, class act.
We're gonna have the wings and This is all right.
And beverages and stuff, chilling.
All right, 32. So,
yes.
this year marks the 27th year of being in the go-go business.
Yes.
Right. Started with Junkyard, correct?
Yeah.
Well, you start the story. You tell me.
Yeah. How did that come?
Yeah. How did you even end up in Junkyard?
Because I want to know where the 32 lane was created.
Okay. Well, Junkyard, I had always been trying to get in the band. It was. May rest in peace. Y'all might know Pop, Shelton Watkins, Cold Monster. He was on America's Most Wanted and all that. He used to live next door to me. Actually, Actually, his name is Shelton Watkins. Actually, he's the first cousin of Heavy D.
Oh, okay.
Heavy D name is Jonathan Watkins. So they used to come pick Pop up, and I lived in the next building to Pop over on 9th Street, which is a block over from Ray Essence's office. Okay, and we used to see the tag van, but the tent windows with junk on the tags. I'm waiting, man. I want to play in the band. But Pop, they drop them all, pick them up. So I used to always say, man, I want to play in the band. I want to play in the band. Dirk McCrae be like, you'll get your chance, whatever. So fast forward, maybe about 6 months later, he knocked on my door, and Mom said no.
She gave
I had the little googly eyes. Came back the next day. Mom said no. So I talked to Pop. Said, Pop, what time is Dirk coming tomorrow? Pop said, be here at 4 o'clock. Right? Came back next day. I'm sitting to make sure I finished my homework. Sitting out front. Dirk showed up. Said, man, come talk to Mom, please, one more time. Mom said, yeah. And it's been it was overwhelmed right after that, man. Dirk McCrae taught me a lot. Actually, y'all don't know this, but Mo didn't like me. Mo fired me twice. And we talk about this every reunion. I get on his ass. I said, Mo, I walk up to Mo. I said, Mo, you fired this? Look what the hell I became because of you. So we laugh and joke about it all the time. But Mo fired me twice.
Wow.
And so Junkyard, I can't. Heavy One was like. I do very well with words, but it's hard to explain the impact that this guy had on people. He was the type that he was keeping it real before keeping it real was out. People wasn't even saying it then.
Right.
You couldn't come around with the wrong outfit. I'm gonna tell you who Heavy One was. Heavy One back then was the Huggy Lowdown.
Okay.
Anybody can get it. That's who he was.
He roasted everybody.
Anybody can get it, but when you look good, he be like, "Hey man, you look good, man." Hey, he gave you your props when you do the damn thing. Burns you up if you was on the other side of the corner. Heavy One taught you the do's and don'ts. And if he taught you the don'ts and you still did it, you got beat up for it. Not in the face, just nice jump right to the chest. Then I tell you not to do that, and what you gonna do?
Right.
Nothing. Who you gonna tell? Keith Sweat. Nobody. But that experience is just unexplainable, man.
So when you left Junkyard and went to Northeast, what was what was the band level? I mean, was Junkyard here? Where was Northeast at?
And also, what did you bring, from your experience from Junk to Northeast?
Yeah.
Northeast, I saw them at Glen Arden Rec. They played at a pool party over there. And I was dealing with a girl over there in Glen Arden Apartments. So, Hug is from Ballou. And Hug used to hang around Junkyard.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? So Hug went to Northeast. So actually Hug was around Junkyard playing for Northeast. So Hug wound up knocking on my door when he found out that I was gone. Actually, what happened was...
Yeah, what happened?
Well, they put me on suspension. I broke my ankle playing ball up at Congress Park Elementary because we had our little apartment up there in Congress Park, Southeast. I wound up graduating out of summer school, but Junkyard, you had to maintain a 2.0 to stay in the band. That was one of the criteria.
Oh, that's why you was getting. That's why Mo was getting at you.
Yeah. But I had a 2.0, but I failed English and I couldn't walk across the stage. So what happened was they put me on suspension. until I graduated out of summer school. They went and got Bruce. Bruce was my best friend, man. Bruce lived across the street from me, man. Bruce had keys to each other's house. You know what I'm saying? And we was calling each other brothers then for like forever. We still do right today. And when I go to church, I go to Bruce church to hear him sing. I go with him.
Right.
So Bugs and Pratt was on the front line that day. I mean, that at the time. All of us came from Blue Male Course. I was a backup singer, but Bruce was a lead singer. Bugs was a lead singer. Pratt was a lead singer. So if you take me out and put Bruce in, because rapping wasn't really out then.
Right.
Until my first rap song was $55 Motel. Right?
Right.
Wasn't out then. Vinny D, I mean, it was out then, but not at that particular time. It wasn't hot.
Right.
So it was the singing, you know, with all my heart, and all the old joints, boom, you know, the breaking on all one time, you know, it was that stuff, all that. And so now you take me out and you put Bruce in, you got Bugs, Bruce, and Pratt. That's perfect harmony. So what happened was I went back to them, ran over there, showed them all my diploma. They said, nah, you gonna keep Bruce. I cried my little ass off. So they wound up keeping Bruce. 3 months later, Hug knocked on my door. Said, we want you over here. So that was, Bruce wound up staying there. I wound up going to Northeast. And I think what I brought to Northeast was, for one, was street credibility, because I had a lot of Southeast dudes coming to see the Maryland band. Even though Northeast Groovers was from Northeast, they had a lot of bands and the members in the band that was from Maryland. So they were kind of listed as a Maryland band, but they on the shrimp boat side of Northeast. Right. So I brought, the hood with me. And I found a lane for myself after $55 Motel.
Right.
And you had, at the time, Chris' name was Snakeface. He was playing the cowbell. Then you had Kurt, Hug. So I had to find me a lane, and that was my lane. Kurt didn't rap. Kurt was a talker. Rapper played the cowbell. He was a percussionist. Rapper probably plays congos and the cowbell probably better than some of the guys in the. Yeah, he's a natural percussionist.
Oh wow.
And Hug was a singer, so that lane was wide open for me. Kurt wound up leaving, and Rapper slid over to that spot, and
that's his history.
Then we wound up just coming up with more and more creative ideas. Man, I went to Miss Pratt and was like, man, look, man, I think we should get some dancers. Back then, Heavy D and all them was popping. They had always had the girls in living color dances and stuff, you know. So I was like, man, I think we should get some dancers. Wound up finding Sunshine and Juicy. Took the hell off.
So what was the creative process when you was with Northeast? Like how would y'all come up with different songs?
We did what no bands are doing now. We actually practiced for 4 hours 3 times a week. Right, we practice. That's why the first album was called Straight from the Basement, because we practiced in Miss Pratt's nasty ass basement that we didn't even want to get finished. The sump pump would leak. The basement was so ugly, we had to put in work. It was a hazard, you know. The basement was so nasty that we actually had a change of practice clothes at practice that we would change out of because we didn't want to mess up our good clothes.
Oh, wow.
And we work, man. We work the front line. We'd be out front in the snow, rain. We work. And it showed, performance-wise, you know, and it was a lot of hard work. Of course, as the band started taking off, of course, we started playing more and more. So those days leaked into the money days leaked into practice time. But whenever we practiced, we just stayed longer. And a lot of that stuff we made up on stage. That's where I do my best work at. I make my I'm a firm believer of, you gotta know when you gotta hit. Like, I went to see Kevin Hart movie, right? What he say? Yeah, you won't know when long dick is today. Yeah, you gonna learn today. Went right to the show. Now DaMixxx doing it. That's one of our hottest joints. We've been doing it since the movie first came out. Yeah, you gonna learn today. You gotta know when you gotta hit.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I took that and made a song out of that. Took that to the show. I have a get up, what I do to prep me for my shows. Like Kobe might go out and put up 60, 80 shots before the game. Or, you got R. Kelly that he drinks chocolate milk before his show. He likes chocolate milk. You know what I'm saying? My get up, I like listening to Jay-Z. I'm a big Hove fan. I'm listening to Hove while I'm ironing my clothes, getting ready for the show. The CD skip. The CD. Went to the show at the Classics with Essence. Yes. Yes. Come on. And I was from the CD being skipped.
Oh, okay.
Gotta know when you gotta hit, man,
Yeah.
Go storyteller.
Yeah, for real. Yes.
I'm gonna do a segment on that.
We definitely do. Northeast Groovers run was, a lot of people talk about the Listen run and the Subtle Thoughts run, but it seems like the Northeast Groovers run was something that was kind of like, I don't think was ever duplicated, because y'all was almost playing like every day, or at least there's a PA tape out of every day.
I'm talking about Rollins 1200, Metro Club, Stop Letting In, Icebox 1,000, Zulu Cave, thousands. Northeast Groovers was the only band to play at Sidwell and Friends, the president's daughter. She up front getting the shit freaked out of her.
I remember working at UPS back then. Like, I was like probably about 22. So that was about 92. And I'm coming to work. I was working the earliest. I had to be at work at 4:30, and all the people was younger than me coming in there, like between 18 and 20, coming in there like, yeah, man, they was coming from DaMixxx. It was on Sunday.
DaMixxx, yeah.
And they would be so twisted in there, but UPS, you sweat that shit out. They was like, oh man, Groovers, man. They was just so crazy. Oh my God. They sound like the girls at the intro of Lock It.
Yeah.
And I was like, Groovers, I'm coming from CNRE. I was like, man, whatever. But then it was. That was going on for like years.
For years. Everybody knows that. Man. Everybody knows that East Side didn't get packed until the Met let out.
Right.
Everybody knows that. Not to say that Essence wasn't doing their thing, but the Met was over at 1:45, 2 o'clock. The East Side was over at 3. The East Side didn't get crowded till the Met let out. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous.
Wow. All right, we'll be right back. We're going to play some more music with 32. This is Big Preston. Take me out to the Go-Go Show on TMOTTGoGo.com.
Today I'm Shamak.
We'll be right back. Take me out to the Go-Go Radio on TakeMeOutToTheGoGo.com. Oh, yeah. Big Press. This Mark.
Yeah, this Rock. Yeah, this Mark.
And we're with 32. All right. Good.
Let's go through the names through the years, It started with just Dave. And by the way, I did have a tape with you singing on it. It was like an 87 Junkyard. They said your name. David Ellis.
Lady, I love you.
Yeah, bouncing everything. So it was David Ellis back then. What was the next stage name?
Well, the first name, well, of course I grew up. Well, first of all, my first name was Chuck Little Brother, because my brother used to box for Highland. And where we grew up at, it wasn't nothing but gorillas around there. Valley Green. I was right in the middle of Valley Green, Waller Place, Highland, Linda Poland, and Connor Terrace. So if you ain't had nobody to keep them monkeys off your ass, you go home naked. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
I started off first with, they was calling me Chuck, little brother. Then, Chuck, little brother. And then, then Dave, and then I went to Junkyard, and kind of, Bugs started calling me Go-Go Dave. Because of my energy, if you listen to the word of sardines, Go-Go Dave, oh, but think you better eat him, you better eat him. Hey, I was Go-Go Dave with them. But Junkyard, then when I left Junkyard and went to Northeast, Rapper gave me the name Geo, because he took the G and the O off of Go-Go Dave, because he didn't want to call me Go-Go Dave because that was Junkyard's name.
Right. Absolutely.
Then it went from Geo to 32. I'm balling up Kelly Miller up Lincoln Heights. Basketball my favorite sport, so that's what I do still right to this day.
Right.
So I used to go to Lincoln Heights and go hoop before band practice. And this guy never known he gave me this name ever. I'm on the court one day, so it was an older guy up there, and we up there hooping, whatever. So that particular day, I had on a Magic Johnson jersey, right? So the old dude, he like, yo, you got next. So I was ignoring him because who the fuck is yo? So he kept saying 32. Hey, dude with the 32 jersey on, you got next. So I said, yeah, I'm not. He was just so aggressive, and I ain't want to tell a nigga no, I'm a little nigga, So I said, yeah, you can ball. He said, oh, okay. So we wound up going on there. So I'm doing my thing out there. We wound up winning maybe 3-4 games in a row. Plus it was time for me to go, because if you wasn't at practice sometimes, prep was dark in your ass. So we wound up winning like 3-4 games in a row, but it was 3-4 games of him saying 32. That's what he kept calling me. 32, go get the ball. Hey, 32, man, hey, do this. Hey, shoot the ball, 32. Hey, 32, no, you got to make sure you get back on him. You come in, if he set the pick, you got to switch. Everything was 32. I went home. Again, you got to know when you got to hit. That shit just stung in my head, and I went home that evening. But of course, I told the practice. Went to practice with the story. Jeff, everybody laughing and shit, right? I went home that day, got rid of everything that didn't have a 32 on it, and changed my name. Wow! Right to this day, see, I ain't even got my 32 slippers.
32 slippers.
So I don't wear nothing that doesn't have. If it's number related. You would never catch me without a 32, ever. Never.
It's a brand.
And right to this day, this guy, I don't know who the hell he is. He don't know he changed my name and my life with this shit.
True Go-Go story.
Yeah, right.
We got him here.
All right, so after Northeast, you spent time with Razzins.
Yeah.
And how was that experience?
It was a good experience for me to do those years with Essence, because I grew up at that time. The Northeast and the Junkyard days were my youngin', my Wild and Out days. My Red Essence days was my days of becoming a man, learning responsibility, learning to stand up for myself. It was the maturity. It was the Red Essence days. Was just almost like I used to eat hot dogs and oodles and noodles. I don't eat that no more. I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't call women bitches no more. I don't say that bloody whore no more. I call them ladies, females. They're sexy. They beautiful. It was a transition of growing up. Not just getting dressed, taking a shower, getting dressed. Now it was taking a shower, getting dressed, putting on cologne. Maybe putting on a button up, and it was okay. while everybody else was wearing jerseys. You know what I'm saying? So Red Essence was a grow up period for me, and it got a chance for me again to test myself to see if I can rock the older crowd like I rock the younger crowd. So it was a grow up transformation.
Now going to Red Essence, what's your feeling or what's your take or what's your response on a lot of people in the streets or in the go-go world saying, well, he's a D Floyd clone or he's a D Floyd, whatever. Because you're taking D Floyd's place. So what was your response to that, or what was your attitude towards that?
At first, it was. But to be honest, it never bothered me, because if we go back to when I told you when I was living in Glen Arden, Floyd was living in Kentland. Floyd used to come pick me up and take me to the Black Hole, underaged, and I grew up watching him. I got, they say that hot dogs is a mesh of a little bit of everything, and that's who I got in me. I have a little bit of D Floyd in me. I got a little bit of Billy the Kid in me. I got a little bit of Heavy One in me. I got a little bit of me in me, and I got a little bit of God in me. That's who I am. Those are my five senses. You see what I'm saying? So I grew up watching him while I was doing my thing. We both was rapping $55 Motel at the same time, just two different versions. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all know y'all history, I actually remixed and wrote a different version of $55 Motel. Google it. Then, you see what I'm saying? And I feel like if y'all want to say that 32 was a D Floyd shadow, thank you. Because when he retires, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame too. So I would love to follow somebody, that's going to the Hall of Fame. Like Kobe, he can say what the fuck he want. Nigga, you're a shadow of Mike. You interview like him, you chew gum like him, you hold your shorts like him, you interview like him. So, but I knew I just got too much get up in me. And I knew it was going to be like the first 2 years, it was going to be the duplicate of D Floyd. And then the last 8, I created my own lane. So now with Red Essence, I have 10 years worth of me in there. Floyd got his time, right? And then when you change the page, I got 10 years of my shit. And whoever goes to Red Essence now they got to come behind me and him. Right. So I'm cool with that.
With so much time in the game, and whether it's go-go music, whether it's rap music, whether it's R&B music, whether it's just on a job period. If you spend 27 years, that means you must have been doing something good.
Right.
What is your take on you being acknowledged as either a legend, an icon, or both?
Me personally, I don't care. I don't care what you call me. Just call. As long as you're not disrespectful to me and my family, because everybody's going to have their perception. To me, me and Bama had this conversation not too long ago, and we talked about people saying, do you think he's an icon? Do you think he's a legend? To me, they both are the same thing. To me, it's just apples and oranges, but at the end of the day, it's still fruit. You see what I'm saying? So, I know that when you're in the limelight for whatever it is, people don't miss you until you're gone. The only thing I try to do is stay relevant, stay out of people's business, and make it my MF business that if Deuce is not there that night, you know the difference. That's all I care about. try having a Northeast Groovers reunion without me there.
It's gonna be empty. It's gonna be something gonna be missing.
See what I'm saying? Try having a Junkyard reunion without me there. Not saying that we can't pull it off, but people, even the last RE reunion, when they didn't call me, they called everybody but me because of some personal bullshit. You see what I'm saying? People left the joint and was like, man, that's terrible. They didn't call 32. This is 10 years. You see what I'm saying? That's what I do. And even with the mix, I've been there since September. Try having a mix show right now with me not being there. See what happens. I just try to make my presence known, you know, and people know how passionate I am about this music and what I do. This is what I do. You know, this is what I do, and I take it serious. That to that effect. This is what I do, and it shows. You can see, you know.
It's like you're like on a hit from the 80s, 90s, and 2000. A hit from like each band you've been with. So I would like, it's not fair to say you're anybody's clone.
Well,
because you've had success early, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But, well, John said this, and this is why I love Bama so much, because, you know, people be like indirectly coming for you for no reason. But then when they see you, you speak to you. But I'm cool with that, because guess what? That's respect.
So do you think they come for you because, like Ric Flair says, in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man? Do you think part of that is the whole...
Well, controversy sells. And when you've been at a high level for so long, people are sitting there wondering, like, when the hell is this nigga gonna fall? You know, when is his hair gonna fall out? When is this nigga breath gonna stink? When is this nigga shoestrings gonna be dirty? You know? And for everything that I do it for me. I don't do it for you. If you like it, I love it. I do this for me. Because at the end of the day, I'm a man first. This band shit is second. I'm a man first, and I'm a father to two boys that didn't ask to be here. I didn't have a father growing up. My father left me when I was 2. Came back around when I made my first record. My mom's called me, told me he was in the house. I went around Wilder Place and went to go hoop. Didn't want to see him. You know what I'm saying? And I told myself I would never let my family go through that. My 2 boys. You know what I'm saying? So it was more or less like, you know, people they come for you, man, you know, and and it's just what we live in. You can't change it.
Right.
You know, people they want to see you fail. It's indirect hate. And plus I do understand that everybody's not gonna like me. You know, like my little sister, Amelia, she idolizes the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, you can't go around telling everybody I'm 32 little sister, as proud as you really are, because that's the way I treat you, like my queen. You understand what I'm saying? But it's unfortunate that everybody doesn't like me. And then I got maybe 20-30% of the people, right, that speak to me every day, but they talk shit about me when I'm gone. But as long as you respect me in my face, that's all you can ever care about. If you talk behind a person's back and then you speak to them when you see them, that makes you the bitch ass nigga, not me. That makes you the bitch ass nigga. So, you know, but at the end of the day, man, I'm not in nobody's business. I'm not all on Facebook and Twitter starting shit. I'm not walking around trying to hump niggas' girls or they baby mothers. I go make music. I put hands in the air. I do me. I drink my Ciroc and I go the fuck home. That's what I do. And if you think I do anything else, then you don't know me. Period.
And you heard it from 32, a.k.a. Dave, a.k.a. Geo, a.k.a.
Go Dave.
A.k.a. that dude with the mix.
Yes.
Right. Thank you for tuning in to this special edition of the Take Me Out to the Go-Go show with Big Press.
And Big Mark.
And your man Trey Deuce, man. And I would like to thank like each and every one of y'all, man, for tuning in, man. This is definitely a great look, man. If anybody know me, you know I always want to have my hands into, you know, positive situation. This is definitely a good look, man. And we're gonna keep pushing, man. I'll be 40 in July. Y'all be looking out for the Kings of Maine Party Bus like we do every year. The softball game. Be looking out for the DaMixxx got a huge 40th birthday party for me coming up this summer, man. So y'all stay tuned. Stay live as Memorex, man. I love y'all.
All right, good night. Okay, good morning.
Yeah. Well, how can one man have all this power? We ain't gonna do it live because it's church. Well, that's how we one man have all this power. Black Jesus, baby, go down. Ain't that you? Well, how can one man have all this power? Y'all already party with us, man? Y'all already party with us, man? Oh, well, let's do that dance. Do that dance. Yeah. How can one man have all this power? Oh, we let's do that. Turn up the 808. We let's how can one man have all this power? Okay. Hey, how can one we have all this power? Yeah. We are Spanky. We ain't doing DJ Mix. Hey, Timmy. Happy birthday, Tim. Big Bush is in here. How can one man have all this power? Now don't forget about Big Bush, y'all. We on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. With that sound, can one man have all this power? 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Put you in the mix. With that sound, can one man have all this power? Everybody get this party going, y'all, a little bit. All right, here we go. Well, excuse us while we down. Well, that's right. Yeah. I see colors. Well, let's do that dance. Yeah. Hey, Southwest, here. Change your faces down. Do that dance. Do that. All right, back to a stop. Open it up. All right, y'all ain't ready, man. We let the beat go. Hold it down there. Also, she celebrate too. Yeah. Ranch House Sunny's in here. One more time, Chris. Hey, so, I said we having a good time. Haters trying to ruin it. Hey, dollar bill. I said we having a good time. Haters trying to ruin it. Hey, Mr. Niece. I said we having a good time. Haters trying to ruin it. Southwest. Hey, Peter, what? Hey, Peter, what? I said we having a good time. Haters trying to ruin it. My nigga, what else?
Oh yeah, we got that real talk right here. Real talk. Wisdom speaks. There's power in the tongue, power in the rolling hills. Tune in to Wisdom Speaks right here on Thursdays at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. on TMOTTGoGo. Y'all say y'all love that hip-hop, right? Old school, new school, chopped and screwed, raw and uncut. Tune in to the Purple Haze Show, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. right here on TMOTTRadio.com. One thing we could all learn is how to succeed in the music business. To learn more about this as well as other topics and ideas, join Dwayne Lee on The Business, Wednesdays at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. right here on TMOTTRadio.com.